we had an incredible anniversary, but it is time to go. We are heading out in less than 12 hours, and we are cleaning down, but I think one of my favorite things about passages is that it's a really good excuse to make a whole bunch of really yummy food ahead of time, but at the same time we don't like to meal prep, so I don't know where we fall in all this. But brownies for snacks, because snacks are the most important thing. And then, oh man, this time we've made like really good stuff. Oh, Dave made the most incredible looking lasagna. So we made 2 packets of these guys, and they're going to be in the fridge ready to be cut up and thrown either in the microwave or thrown in the oven. So avocado on toast has become like one of our favorite new breakfast things. And so I made like 3 avocados worth of guacamole because I don't want to just cut up an avocado on toast. So we made a bunch of avocado for guacamole for breakfast. Oh, Peruvian green sauce. So we sauteed up a whole bunch of beans and corn, and we've got some pitas, and all that is already cooked, and we just made the Peruvian green sauce to go with it. It's like a cilantro mayo sauce, and that's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing. And of course, we can't have a passage without containers and containers and containers of Japanese curry. So throw on some rice in the morning, and we've got food for the day. It's only a 3-day passage, but I think we have enough food for like a week's passage. So, very, very excited. Let me show you the rest of the prep that we've done. A very rare feat is that our quarter berth is completely empty. Wow! It's all just in the front berth. But our life vests are ready. Quarter berth is ready for sleepy time. And I don't think we've actually shown you our curtains, but we've got curtains on all of our portholes now, so that when we do want to sleep during the daytime, that the boat is actually fully, not quite black lighted out, but very, no. What's the word?
It's dark enough that we can see.
Yeah, dark. It's dark. But yeah, I'm very excited, and our fowlies are ready. It is going to basically be raining the entire time that we're sailing, I think. And so I think we're going to be living in our fowlies. The boat is all cleaned up. We have charged up all billion of our listening devices. We've downloaded like 10 hours of D&D, which is always really nice. And yeah, we're ready to go. We just checked the engine, so I think you guys remember that we made a few changes to make sure that our engine, the fuel is cleaner. We're hoping that that works. There's no way to know until we get out there. And I don't think there's much stuff. This is the most prepared we've ever been for a passage. So very, very excited, but also like, ooh, are we forgetting something? I don't know. We used to have a nice checklist, but now it's all up here because we never make mistakes and it's always full here. But yeah. All right. I'm going to go check what we forgot.
And that's the shade off. Ah, too bright. Especially if you're trying to sleep in the middle of a passage. And that's the shade back on. Oh, so that should be perfect for keeping us asleep while we're off shift.
Alright, boat tanks are full.
Great job.
Oh, yes. We got this just as a things to have that we absolutely love on the boat, is we absolutely love these hoses.
Yeah.
They, when the water's not in them, they basically flatten out, and they're super, super light and easy to store away. It stores, like it folds away basically, instead of the heavy, heavy water hose. So, it's very nice. I like it.
Are you guys ready?
I think we're pretty much ready to go. He's gonna come out and catch the lines.
I'll take the line. So we'll do middle, front, and back.
I'm a mess, babe, why can't you see? No hope in what's left of me. I had to tell you before I fall asleep. Sitting there on the edge, babe, not knowing which way to lean. I am the wreckage in need of glue. Smash my guitar and stay in tune. Tired of the lies, they're old like me. Tripping all over you, babe. Tripping all over me. tripping all over you, babe. You're tripping all over me. Tripping all over you. Tripping all over me, yeah. Dollar, I need a dime.
I don't know if guacamole is an approved breakfast food, but it should be. It's so nice to have cold guacamole in the morning. I don't really feel like toast yet, so I'm just having guacamole. So sit rep. It's next morning, so we left around noon yesterday, and we motored for about an hour or two, and then we got to take our sails out and we sailed. Actually, the wind hit about 25 knots, and the seas were getting a little rough, but we reefed and it was fine. We thought we would be in major thunderstorms yesterday, so the fact that it rained almost no time and maybe a little bit of drizzle was wonderful. We had a beautiful moon out. We motored for a little bit more after that because the wind died. But motor sailed, so we had our sails up. It's just that we needed just a little bit of the engine, which was really good because it doesn't use a lot of electricity diesel that way. What really made the night terrible actually was not the sailing. After about the middle of the night, Dave was able to put boat sails out, and we've been sailing straight east with southern wind all night. It's very quiet. Dave just went down for his shift. What made this terrible was the fact that I think both of us have a touch of food poisoning. We have been taking turns using the restroom all night and all evening. We haven't eaten anything. This is the first time I've eaten since we started yesterday. We have not felt good. It's been bad. I have not sicked up, but I'm pretty sure Dave has. But it's so terrible. It's the first time we've had food poisoning in a really long time, and it's not the worst we've had, but it's not great, especially at night when we're sort of already really tired. We're just sort of, living through our shifts, and but I'm starting to feel a little better. I'm glad this wasn't some beginning of a 15-day passage or something. I'm glad it was just by day after tomorrow we should be in DR. By tomorrow afternoon we should be in DR. So hopefully we both feel better today. We're heading straight east, as I said, so in sailing. The wind is already dying down to 9 knots. We're doing about 3.3 knots, which is good for 9 knots, but as soon as that wind hits about 4 knots or so, starts to die down, we're gonna turn straight south and motor straight south towards the Dominican Republic, and then when the wind fills back in at around, I'm not 100% sure, at night, to south again, I'm hoping we sail the rest of the way into DR, into Punta Cana. So that is the plan. We'll see how it goes. So far, weather-wise, it has been way better than we expected. So very good. Health-wise, it has been way worse than we expected. So I hope both of them balance each other out in a much better way for the rest of the 2 days. Oh, the sun is finally peeking up, so time to eat my guacamole and watch a lot. I'm so glad we downloaded all the D&D we did. This has been a lifesaver because we haven't been able to listen to our stuff, so it's been nice.
There's a power that comes with you? What kind of power?
You enjoy drinking the strength of your foes, watching them beat you before you will have that very power become your own.
First day of this journey, super rough. We, I think, got some kind of food poisoning, so I was just feeling all kinds of awful and looking at a 3-day journey ahead of us and thinking, how are we possibly going to make it through this? And now that we're at 2 out of 3 days complete, feels really good, feels much better. I just thought that this would be an easier trip than it's turned out to be, and I think that's always the case, right? That you look at the weather, you make all these plans, and you're like, oh yeah, we're going to take this route, it's going to be perfect, you won't get knocked around like we're getting knocked around right now. But it wasn't, unfortunately, and that's just kind of the way sailing goes. And I feel pretty good about the progress we've already made. I know there's only really like a day and a little bit left, so really happy about that and really optimistic that we're going to make great progress. But it sucks that, you know, I was constantly looking at the weather and looking at what's happening outside, and it was wrong, and so it just makes you feel very untrustworthy of the weather models that are out there, and would really like to know that it would be better in the future, but, you know, weather is just what it is. So it's just hard to know that, okay, the plan I have for today, which is going to be mostly southeast sailing, is that actually going to happen? I don't know. I hope it will. And even if it's not, the sea state looks good enough that, you know, it's just really going to be, for me, comfortable enough beyond what's happening right now. But it's been better when we're actually moving. Right now we slow down a little bit. But yeah, once we get going, I think it's going to be really good.
Sit rep on day number 3 is surprise! We're here! Rest of the day 2 and the night was super boring in the best way. Not much excitement. We had to motor most of the way, but we are here in the Dominican Republic, which is insane. It's our 3rd country, and we're gonna put our Q flag up while we wait for customs. We don't have to go to customs, they come to the boat, which is really nice. We have all of our paperwork printed out, and it seems that there's going to be 7 different departments coming, possibly 7 different entities that might need 7 different copies of everything, but we've got our printer working, and we'll print out whatever they need, which is really nice to have a printer on board. Small little thing, but Q flag, which is basically the flag you put up while you wait for customs. It's a way of telling the country that you just entered that you haven't cleared with customs yet. So we're gonna put this up while we wait for them and just relax and enjoy the end of the thorny path. Yes, this is the end. After this, we ride down to Curacao in about a week or so, but it should be beautiful sailing weather. No more super bashing against the wind, no more going the wrong way. It's done. We're here, and I'm ready to nap. So, well, first, and then nap.
Our flag clips are not quite working anymore. You can see they're a little bit broken, but work well enough for this purpose, because we only need this up for like the hour we're going to check into the country. So we're going to get that on. We'll wait for customs. Docking has been better than it used to be. I mean, I think that when we first started docking, it was always a panic-filled thing of like, oh God, what if we get into a weird situation? What if this flag gets into a weird situation? Does it want to go on the clip? But yeah, it's been way easier now. Much less panic, much less rushing to try to get it done quickly. So that's been really good. I don't know how I got this on last time. There we go. Okay, now, our shiv, as Spun-The-Nuh went up for the time she went up the mast, is a little bit broken, so we've got to go very carefully with this.
Where'd it go? Oh.
Got to keep pressure on it the whole time, otherwise it'll just fall apart. So very carefully pull that up.
All right. Keep flags up now. Clean for customs. I don't know if anybody finishes a passage and their boat is not completely upside down, but you also don't have guests coming over about, what, an hour into the passage ending, so this is I think I prefer going to an office because I can leave this a huge mess. But cleaned up it is.
There are many pieces of paper we had to sign there, but it actually went very quickly. I think we had maybe 7 people show up to the boat. Didn't actually get on, except for one person to check for any fruits and vegetables, which we did have some, so they had to get rid of them. But yes, we got all of this paperwork. So now we take this over to the Marine office, we get checked in, but we are officially cleared into the Dominican Republic. And now we've got at least a week here to hang out and enjoy the country.
A big thank you to our Patreons, Chris and Justin Fagan.